Hey guys, welcome back to This White Boy Can Cook. On today's special episode, not really special episode, just a good episode, we're going to end up making garlic ginger chicken with honey as well. Excuse me, I came and talked today and know my own ingredients. It's been a long day already. So, we actually going to take the chicken. If you want the recipe I'm going to end up having attached as well, so you'll be able to see how much chicken and all the ingredients and everything you need. So we're going to end up having some chicken. We're going to end up having that cubed up into small little pieces, so it's going to cook quickly, okay? And we're going to end up sprinkling the cornstarch. On top of it, and stir it around for a good minute. Now this is going to help it when it's in the frying pan. It's going to help give it a nice little crispness, a little brownness to it. You can also use a little flour if you don't have any cornstarch. Just stir it up real good. Again, if you're interested and you like this recipe, please go ahead and like and share. It's weird for me saying that. Alright, so the next step is we're going to be going right over here to the oven. Alright, now we're over at the stove. Totally forgot I have a circle light to make you see me better, so I went ahead and turned it on. So we're going to end up turning the saucepan, excuse me, not saucepan, we're going to end up turning a little big pan to a low medium heat. I'm in a induction stove, so I usually probably put 5, 6 on mine. But definitely if you have you'll know your stove hopefully. So, I forgot to set my stove before I turned it off. Alright. Now, while this pan gets hot, and it's just going to take a second. So what is there to talk about? There's a lot to talk about. But I do want to talk about a little bit about pride real quick. We've mentioned it, I've mentioned, had a little rant a couple days ago about it. As so most of the festivals and stuff, they're not having those, but the parade is still going here in Houston. Okay, so definitely go out and support that. But also, if you're going out, there's already been advisories and everything all over the United States, the DEA and everything. They know things are about to happen, so they're asking you to go with caution. The police department and everything like that, they are upping security in some areas, and then also just stay more vigilant. So that means we need to stay more vigilant as well. So if you're going to the Pride Parade, make sure you don't go alone. If you do, make sure that someone knows where you're at, and everything like that. Also, if you're going along, I'm going to be there. Just meet me up if you want to. Hit me up, and we'll be up somewhere, so you're not going to go alone. As well, if you have children, make sure they stay near you. There was a lady earlier on TikTok that actually made some really good points. When you have your child with them, make sure, if you have multiple children, dress all alike if possible. That makes it a lot easier in case you lose them or anything like that. So you can say, hey, they look like me. Much easier, because we know Pride Parade, it's gonna be really bright and colorful, so it's gonna be hard to see everybody. So also stay in your little group area. Also, if you start seeing anything, report it. I've mentioned that before. And if there's any kind of ruckus or anything, go the other way. Also, I do encourage, this is something that I learned over the years of picketing fences and stuff like that. Picketing fences. Wear tennis shoes and some comfortable shoes, just in case you gotta run. Okay? I'm not trying to sit there to try to scare you, but just in case, you never know, okay? You queens, I know you can run in your high heels, you're good. So, but definitely end up just trying to stay careful as much as possible. Find your device, hook them up with friends, stuff like that, so you'll know where everybody's at, just to be on the safe side, okay? If you see some ruckus, just go away from it and report it. So now the stove is hot enough. I'm sorry it's taking so long. And that's my dog. Well, not my dog. It's my roommate dog. He's a cutie pie. So you're gonna take your butter and melt that in your pan along with your oil, okay? It is supposed to be extra virgin olive oil, but honestly I ran out and I forgot to look at it when I went to the grocery store. So, but even if you don't have that, you can do a little bit of canola oil or anything like that. And that's also going to help keep the butter from burning in the pan as well, turning brown too quick, and ultimately ruining your dish. So, that's it, they get hot enough. Now, also, I encourage, just in case, if you're not a soy person and you want to take that out, go ahead and put a little salt, a little pepper on the chicken when you're mixing it up. I totally forgot to put a little pepper on it, but I'll do that here in a second. Ooh, excuse me. All right. So now this is heated up. Let's go ahead and add that chicken, okay? It might be a little gunky, that's fine. That means the starch is doing its job. So break it up a little bit, make it a little bit easier for you. Probably should do this a little fuller. And just in case, if there anybody else actually out there, any kids or anything that scared what's going on, honey, people are stupid, and no matter what we do, if we live our lives to the fullest, someone's gonna hate us. And no matter who you are, if you're gay, straight, whatever, if you're living your life to the fullest, somebody's gonna hate you. That means you're doing your job right. So, put that in there. I might need to try it just a little bit. You don't want to have a high sizzle, but just a low little sizzle. That way you know it's cooking. You don't want to cook it too fast and make the chicken too tough. So, like what I'm saying as well is if you are, please let you know that being gay, queer, it's okay. Whether you're lesbian, bisexual, whatever, it is okay to be you. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? Be patient, okay? There's some people that it may take a long time for them to be okay with it. Some people just gonna have to die off. But just be patient, take time. I grew up in the Assembly of God Baptist Church most of my life. I have friends and stuff from all over the different religions and stuff. I've studied different religions. So, but even in those real strict religious things, you can find some wonderful and amazing people. There's definitely a couple women in my life that's like my second mother that took care of me and my brother while my mom had cancer and everything when we were young. They knew I was different. They knew I was weird because, I mean, it was pretty obvious. I ran like this everywhere I went. Mom has pictures of it at Disney for proof. I always took up for anyone that I went to school with that was bullied or anything. So, of course, I got the downfall for all of it. And between that and my mom having cancer, they became my second moms. They never said they knew or anything like that, but they knew. They always accepted me for who I was. And I saw the compassion and everything that Christians are supposed to stand for in their lives. And even one of them are the ones that kind of gave me the passion to cook. Sister Ann was legally blind. She was my mom's best friend. But that woman can cook anything you can think of, and she couldn't see. So I learned a lot from her from watching, so I just knew how to smell and taste and things like that. So I never really learned much measurements unless it was from my mom or my grandmother that was just baking mostly. But other than that, I had to learn different ways, which was great. I loved it. All right, so we need to stir this every so often, okay? I don't want nothing to burn. It may take a minute. I'll be right back, okay, when it's done. All right, so we're back. All right, so I don't know if you can see the chicken or not. It's starting to get nice and golden brown on some. Now, the other reason why I'm doing some of these is also from some content. I have been accepted to a cooking competition. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be coming out in June the 12th. So Carla Hall presents Favorite Chef. So I hope to see you follow me there and vote for me. I have some really tough competition, I'm sure. I don't even know all the details yet myself. All right. So also, if you do like it, please go ahead and like and share. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much if you do. All right, so we're gonna go ahead into the next steps, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get the garlic. And you can leave out ginger if you like, but I love my ginger. I also have a Japanese aunt, so I have always Asian inspired so much of my food until it's unreal. So, and you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna saute this in for a little while. You're gonna soften it up, get that flavor really going. Now the recipe calls for 5 pieces of garlic, but I like garlic, so I add a little bit more sometimes. Just go ahead, have fun with it. And welcome to my cat. She's my little fat Hindenburg, but I love her. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper, since I forgot to do it earlier to the chicken. It does add a little flavor a little bit better if you do that, okay? I'm not shooting for perfection, I'm just for good. If it's good this time, no. God, I wish you could smell this. This smells so good. Benihana, eat your heart out. So this dish is also really good with many other things with starches and stuff. My favorite, you can put it with potatoes. It's really good with potatoes. Like if, I know a lot of people, like my friends that I gave the recipe to, they put it with mashed potatoes, but they're also, no offense, Yankees. No, I love you all. But as you'll learn, I don't really have much of a filter. There's no disrespect to nobody, it really isn't. I'm just a walking box of Cards Against Humanity, but it's because I love everybody. There's no disrespect. But I like to put mine on like a bed of rice, a little bit of sauce on top of it. You'll get to see that. And then my favorite is always broccoli. Broccoli is my all-time favorite. It's the only time that I think my dad's mother almost wanted to beat me alive. She was in the garden. She was a country lady out north Mississippi. So we were out in the garden and picking, and I love picking with her and everything. So we would go out. Oh, I didn't get up early in the morning with her. And you forget that. I wouldn't get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'll go out there and eat with her. I'll go and pick with her. And I would sit in a bucket, and she would come over and check. She saw that I went through a lot of broccoli really quick. So she's like, well, let me go ahead and take those in. Oh, I'm good, I'll take them in. She got it. I ate all of it. The bucket was empty. Boy, she wanted to really tear me up. All right. So, now we get to go to the next things. Now, I've always wanted to say this on camera, so don't sue me. Bam! I had to. So, we went ahead and put a little chili in there. Now, it depends on where you're at, how much you want to put in there. I put about a teaspoon and a half to okay. Now we're gonna add the whatever it was I said, parsley. Haha, can't remember. Yeah, parsley. Throw that in there. And if you like this, it's really good, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't have my teeth and me, so they're not. I got hit by a car a couple of years ago, so these aren't real. So, you know what I mean, some of you. So, I'll show you what it looks like so far. Ooh, let's not spill it everywhere. It looks really nice. It's beautiful. It smells delicious. Okay. Now, comes the next steps. So, when it comes to vinegar, I'm not a very big vinegar person that much, to be honest. Unless they're my voodoo chips, that's about it. And if you don't know what voodoo chips is, I am so sorry. But it is really delicious chip that comes out of nowhere. So, take the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, the soy, and 2 tablespoons of honey. Now this is some special honey. You also want to do unfiltered honey. And this is the reason why this is some special honey. This comes from my parents, my dad's beehives. They're delicious. And I don't know how, all my roommates, we can't figure out. It's not, it's so sweet. It doesn't have like that normal tart, like deep bitter flavor to it. My parents have this, they live out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And so they have this orchard and everything out there, and these bees. They live out in the middle of this gorgeous God country you can think of. So it's no telling where these bees are getting, but it's so good. Like, it's unbelievable. Supposed to go into other things, but you can put it in there. But I like to take it and mix them together. But go ahead and dip that on there. And I went ahead and mixed that mixture of the apple cider vinegar and the soy together, so that way it just wouldn't hit chicken and soak up in a little bit. So I've had that before. For some reason, it seems like it wants to soak up if you don't distribute it right very well sometimes. Or at least that's me and my weird taste buds. That's pretty much it. Now we're just gonna cook it down a little bit. I try to clean up on my way. See, Mom, you happy you finally caught me after almost 40 years? Didn't do that before. She's probably throwing a fit. And you're gonna end up smelling the vinegar real strong for a minute. It's gonna dissipate. Then you're gonna start smelling the honey and the sweetness from it. It's gonna take just a minute. He smells good. We're both hungry. I waited until like 9 o'clock because I keep forgetting I have to prepare now. So I had to start dinner instead of 7, like at 5:30. So, whoops. I'm starving him to death. Our other roommates are out of town right now, so I get to be a little extra fancier with food. Hopefully he didn't hear me say that. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and take you off this thing real quick. All right, there we go. And voila. And I will have it plated, and so you can see it in here in a second.